All right, good morning. Brand new day. It is just a few minutes after 9 o'clock, the 3rd of the month. Top of the morning to you. I'm J.D. Green. Right next to me is Raylene. We are in our underground bunker here for the Aired Out podcast from Fly on the Wall Productions. And first of all, good morning. I never really have a chance to chew the fat with you much before we go on the air, but I've had so many people ask me again about our studio. And
yeah, we just don't know. We don't know yet.
We really don't.
I've had people ask too, and I just say it could be a couple of months.
Yep.
That's really at the moment probably the best case scenario.
Yeah. We're doing the best we can. And
people are working hard and fast, but it's a lot of work. There was still a lot of silt removal and the fuel tank to be dealt with and electrical, and then literally our studio is gutted right to the studs, floors and all. So it's going to be a hot minute.
Yeah. Serve Pro's in there. TJ and his team, these guys from Lancaster, PA, and they're just doing a great job. And I'll say this: we've kind of shifted into the gear now, where I think there's been enough, demolition, and now we're shifting gears.
Right, we're into the next phase.
You know what the next phase is?
Rebuild.
It's music. This is when the time where we're able to bust out the work speakers and the sound systems and start blasting it out. And they were rocking out.
They were.
Oh, yes. I mean, if you come up on these guys, they don't know you're coming up behind them. They're headbanging. They're rocking. And they're having fun. It looks like it anyways.
Well, I'm sure they're not having fun.
I'm sure they're not, right?
But they're just trying to keep a momentum, and music helps keep the momentum.
Yeah. But it's great to be on the air. We're lucky to have your home that we're doing this at, Raylene. And every now and then we've got some barking dogs and
right.
Toilets flushing,
or somebody might walk through. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
And but we're here, and so that's what counts.
Right.
Is that we still get our info out.
That's right. We have a lot to talk about. I'm sure we always do. We always have a lot of things to say. You and I are continuing to check in with our sponsors and make sure they're okay. And for the most part, they are. Mm-hmm. I can't even imagine what Bulldogs looks like right now.
I know all of the metal that's been going there.
Can't even imagine.
Either. I can't imagine either. Any of the dumps, no matter what kind it is, I can't imagine.
Yeah. Where is all of this stuff going?
I have no idea. I mean, I know a lot of it goes to Casella. The state hired a contractor as well. I don't really know where it all goes.
I mean, there's only so much room in these landfills, and it's like, where is it go? Is it being?
And then you have all the silt and the mud and the muck and the mess. So I don't know.
The thing is about the silt and the mud and all of that is it's with fuels,
fuel and feces and
sewage and whatnot. I mean, it's not like. You can just take this soil and just go dump it somewhere or throw it in a, I don't know, cornfield somewhere. It's got a lot of bad stuff in it. Mm-hmm.
It does.
So that, I don't know, that just kind of makes me wonder, a state that is so sensitive to
well, they're going to have
pollution and toxins.
Put
and
their big girl panties on and not be sensitive right now because we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and it seems like, I don't know, man, maybe this is a little shallow of me, but it seems like we've got bigger fish to fry than to be I don't
A
know.
lot of people are saying dredge the rivers, that so much dirt and silt and stuff have gotten in them over the past several years with all of the floods that they're not deep enough anymore. And
Yeah.
we need to dig those as well. But
Yeah.
right now we're protecting the frogs, and we're not worried about protecting 97 homes that have been deemed, red or orange tag. And
Yeah, that was a strong statement, Riley.
you know me.
Some might,
It's
there's a lot of folks that love the frogs and the salamanders, and that was
I love them too,
that was
but I
kind of
don't love them as
insensitive.
much as
It was kind of insensitive.
I love human life. And I'm sorry, I would trade anything.
Yeah.
Any of these homes, I would trade for a few frogs.
Listen, we have a lot to figure out here. Not just our community, not just our backyard here, but the whole state. I mean, we just have a lot of stuff to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to figure it out on the fly. And not all of us have all the answers right away. Sometimes things take a little while. But I'm just so curious if anyone knows where all of this stuff. I mean, the trucks.
Well, somebody has answered that it's going to Coventry, to the landfill in Coventry. I would assume that is just the trash. And then the state is encouraging people to bring hazardous material to the old Middlesex barracks in Middlesex. And I don't know if that means the silt and sludge and all of that as well. I know for the most part it's just been hauled off and left in piles, and maybe there's something that they need to do to treat those piles, or we'll have to see who we can maybe get in touch with at the state, and or maybe even ask Tom. I'm sure that Tom knows, and ask him
just seeing
what happens.
Just seeing the trucks yesterday, just scooping up all of this stuff and putting it into massive rolling dumpsters. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, well, there's some metal in there, the metal chairs and stuff. But there's also a lot of furniture. There's also a lot of wood that, frankly, could be like burned. But then there's a lot of mattresses and just
Well, you can't burn either.
all kinds of.
You don't want to do that, honey.
Burn the wood?
You don't know, it pollutes things,
Right.
We don't like to do that anymore either.
Right. And then we got the
Don't say that word.
well, burning firewood in general. I mean, that's not good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell that can anyone out there tell that we're being a little sarcastic? Heather, can you tell?
We're being Vermonty.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Heather's saying there's also a day at the auditorium, when is that? Is it this weekend? I think. Where they're going to be.
I've posted some
ongoing?
of that stuff.
Might be ongoing.
Yeah, I've posted some of that stuff. I know that the dumpsters along Main Street and a